So according to these figures, there are roughly 2.7 million people who are not in work. They're not looking for a job because of ill health. Now, the question is, and we were talking about this, Raj and I were talking about this earlier, how you define ill health, because if you go to see your doctor and the doctor is the gatekeeper of that and they will sign you off, but if you say, I can't cope, I have mental health issues, the doctors are under so much pressure as it is that they are then signing those people off, and then that opens the doors for you to have those benefits. And also, I'm not sure that we attach enough sort of kudos to being in work, and I think you're right about the COVID thing. Basically, the government told people to stay at home, and people did stay at home, and now they don't want to leave home.
It's very difficult to reverse, though, when you become so used to it. For some people, it's very difficult for them to throw themselves back in the labour market. I also think that we have an issue here in the sense that ultimately mass immigration is being used to mask our worklessness crisis.
Yes, that's a great point.
So I think that we really need to look at social policy very differently, and I think that we also have to look at...
So what are you saying? Are you saying that we're importing cheap labour, and that in itself...
I think we've been doing that for decades.
We have.
And I think that the reality is we haven't looked at building our own internal resilience within our own domestic population, and I think we certainly didn't take that into consideration in terms of our COVID-19 policy and how that was managed by the government at the time.
PIP is interesting because it's a non-means tested benefit for those with health conditions or disabilities, and the payments of up to $9,500 a year. I mean, it's quite a considerable amount of money, and of course there will be those people that fall between two stools.